Hi, welcome to Midwest Magic Cleaning. My name is Smooth. But if you're wondering where all the holes in the wall came from, they had some roommates that were, let's say, undesirable. They've gotten rid of the roommates, thankfully. But while those roommates were there, they did quite a bit of destroying. A large hole in the living room was put there by a bigger guy who had fallen through the wall, like tripped and fell through the wall. Like he made a hole with his butt. He made a literal butthole. In one of the first pictures you saw at the beginning of this video, there's a giant hole with teeth marks around it, like it had been chewed. That was a dog that chewed through the wall. A lot of the people who lived there worked at night, so the windows have blackout curtains. One set of windows in a spare bedroom basically has a blanket stapled to the windows, and then it's plasticed over the top of that to make a complete blackout. We're going to be getting rid of that. But that's also one of the areas where that compromise is really important, because the husband is always gone at work. He works very, very long hours. As far as I understand from speaking to the wife, he's the one who doesn't like light pouring into the house, even in like the living room or the kitchen. However, since she's there 100% of the time, she's the one who has to deal with that depression factory. That lack of light coming into the house can just be a factory for depression. So one of the best things that we can do for her is to get some curtains that at least allow some light into the house, while still respecting the fact that he works late and needs things like blackout curtains or the windows sealed up or something in the bedroom to make it really, really dark so he can get his sleep. So I never go into a house and think this is the way we're going to do it because that's what I want. It's not my house. I have to take their decorations and their style into account. I have to take their interests into account. I take into account functionality and how they exist and how they operate as humans from day to day. I have them pick out their own colors, their own style, and then I build my plan around that. The way I see it is my job is not to make this into something that I could live in. It's to make it something that they can live in. This was another case where, as we're putting on the primer, we're thinking, how can it get any better than that? That is such a dramatic difference just with primer that we couldn't imagine it getting any whiter than it was currently getting just from the primer itself. Then when we put the actual ceiling paint on, it got twice that white. That by itself changes the mood of an entire room because the lights now have something to reflect off of. In its previous state, it was covered in soot, and that black is absorbing the light, preventing it from bouncing around the room. Once we got the primer and the ceiling paint on, that gives the light something to bounce off of, and the mood in the room changes so dramatically you can feel it. Areas that were previously like dungeon-esque and dark suddenly had light that could reach it, and it made the room feel way bigger.